Greetings, Aries Nation. This is the Blue-Eyed Emperor with Trinity Tarot, here to bring you another reading for the fire signs. It'll be for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius from the 19th through the 31st. A couple of things here just real quick. I know there's a lot of people saying that this will not resonate with everyone since it's a general reading. I believe that is true in most cases, circumstances. My hopes is that I've touched on a lot of the energies out there for an Aries. I am an Aries, so I can't help but feel those energies myself. In addition to that, I want to let everybody know I'm trying to get my first 1,000 subscribers, and I'll be giving away a new 4K video cam. I'll show it to this camera as well too over here. 16 zoom. Once we reach the first 1,000 subscribers, those that subscribed, liked, and made some comments to this video, I'll be drawing a name from there. Additionally, I'll be offering free personal readings for all signs. Again, just as a get to know you, Trinity Tarot, Blue-Eyed Emperor greeting, if you will. So I'm not used to sitting in front of cameras. This is new for me, so I'm hoping that you'll bear with me. Again, anyways, don't forget, please like, subscribe, and make comments to be put in the entry for the 4K video cam. With that being said, let's get on with our reading. I do want to share with you another little tidbit that I have that my youngest son, I think at the age of 4, made this for me for Father's Day, this little turtle. And he's now in 7th grade. But for me, along with all the wonderful crystals that I use to help gather that power and strength, I use Mr. Turtlehead is what I call him. He kind of looks like a blob, but it's still adorable, right? As a single father, you just love this stuff. Some of the things that I've been feeling, and I've already pre-shuffled the cards here. I'm going to be using some angel tarot cards, as well as the regular Rider-Waite deck. But in addition to that, I just want to say some of the power and the energies that's out there right now, or has been for Aries, has been tumultuous, right? I mean, wow, 10 years of pain and enduring and really just hard times, right? And not, maybe not for everybody, but I think a majority of us Aries have really gone through a transformational phase, right? About really owning everything, being on point, on cue for absolutely everything. And yes, I'm wearing a tank top and shorts because I'm out here in Arizona. It's about 111, encroaching upon 115 degrees. And that's inside with the air conditioner cranking away. But anyways, having said that, the power, the strength that Aries possesses, the enthusiasm, the love for human beings, humanity, if you will, is intensely strong. And when an Aries gets hurt, Aries is one of those kind of folks that, we don't show it on the outside, but we're soft on the inside, right? We hide our pain or shelter our pain on the inside. Not that we don't recover quick, not that we're not strong and powerful in our position and how we view life or how we review recovery, but it's been a struggle, 10 years of struggle, right? And I'd like to say kumbaya to all us Aries and love and light, and I say that to you, and I mean those words, but the tarot card readings I'm seeing for myself about promises of happiness and changes in life, you really got to manifest that stuff yourself, right? I mean, honestly, if you want something, you got to go out there and do that. Everybody always says, Aries are the kind of people that just go out there and jump out there and do that. But guess what? The last 10 years, 8 years, 7 years, whatever it is for you, we've taken a beating. I mean, honestly, emotionally, physically, spiritually even, right? I've gone through transitions where I just didn't believe, and I'm a new believer in the spiritual realm as of September, right? I don't pull any punches or need to tell any stories, right? It is what it is. I went on a journey without knowing I was going on a journey to learn about spirit guides and the universe. And not just watching these tarot card and video readings and and the meditation videos, but I was driven to this, right? It was almost as if, and hopefully you feel the same things, right? You needed change. Something had to give, whether it be work, a relationship, mental, spiritual growth, or lack thereof, of any of those things, or all of those things. We had to make that transformation. So I'm hoping that all of you stay and remain in your inner strength and your own power, right? Because all the readings I could give you, all the readings anybody else could give you, isn't going to be the tools to let you know everything is going to be okay. It's going to provide you a source of energy, a source of strength, things that you should look at, things that you should change, contemplate. No, that doesn't mean go out there, race out there and change everything you're doing, your bank account, your location, your job, your kid's school, or anything else. What that means is you gotta go out there and beat the dirt, beat the streets yourself if you want change to take place. It won't be in the cards. The cards are strictly going to be able to give you guidance and energy. It may give you some insight, but that'll only really take place not in general readings, but in more personal readings, right, where it's a one-on-one energy. Because I'll tell you what, I've always been able to look at someone and feel the vibe, feel the energy, feel that space, especially sitting face to face, right? Again, this is new to me, but in the work environment and personal life environment, I meet somebody and I can say right away, this person is this way, right? This person's a great person. This person's emotional. This person's has suffered some loss or is in a bad place right now, right? I mean, not everybody can do that, and I think part of this journey for me is the acknowledgement of those specialties that I guess I've always had and never really put out there. But anyways, I've already pre-shuffled the deck for the angel deck as well as Rider Waite deck. I've already pre-shuffled before this. I've meditated over the cards. My hopes is that we certainly we'll see some energy, some insight here, and just give you guidance on maybe some things that you should look at. Anyways, dear spirit guides, I'm asking you to please provide Aries with the guidance that they need today to send the message, what they need to do for themselves. I'm not going to pull that card yet because I'm not through, but what they need to do for themselves to make their lives, their family lives better, their relationships better, their jobs better. How can we have them fulfilled, and what kind of instructions and path can we give them? Just so everybody knows, I've met my spirit guide named Marco, who came to me in a meditative state that I had no clue. I kept going, Marco, I don't know any Marcos. And it kept coming to me over and over again. And then I said, look, let me Google this. I went on and said, what does Marco mean? Well, it means and stands for an ancient language for Mars, right? Which is the ruling planet of Aries. So I'm sure each one of you and every one of you, and again before September, I would have said, you're crazy. Nah, I don't want to hear any of that, man. I'm the spirit guide. Who's that? And I was born and raised Catholic and then transferred over to Christianity, but I'm a believer. I'm a believer, and I believe, honestly, I've manifested. Crazy as it may be, but you can do it too. And I'll be sharing some great videos out there on how to meditate and some channels that you can close your eyes to at night and put yourself in a meditative state where you can vision this. You can envision going through that 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th dimension, right? And not have to live here in the 3D. Anyways, spirit guides, please show us some cards for Aries. Angel cards for Aries on what they need to know, what they should feel. I'm asking you to please allow some cards to come out to give us a sign. Please, Marco, please join us now and allow us to see some cards here. Wow, just as I was saying, perfect timing. Card of perfect timing. The perfect timing card. Now is the perfect time, perfect moment for you to act. Don't wait. Don't allow yourself to sit and contemplate and say tomorrow, the next day, next week. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting roles. And that's the universe, whether it be God, spiritual angels, friends, family. It's easy to just reach out and ask. But again, perfect timing. That's today. Draw up the plan, write it out, put it on paper, and I'll be the first to say, I put my plan on paper, I write it out, and I am manifesting like the dickens. So don't be afraid to write things down. Don't be afraid to catalog these things, these dreams, and check them off. Check these things off and write the date down and the time that it happened, so you know yourself. Every time when it comes to a rough time in your life, know that you can change that you are that catalyst, you are that strength. Spirit guides. Ooh, another card just jumped out. Joy. Joy is the highest energy of all. It is magical sense of everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts with each moment. Joy allows you to attract and to create your present and future moments at their highest possible levels. Beautiful card. So not only is it perfect timing, it's okay to be okay with not having it your way. Remember that. Be joyous, be reflective in the fact that maybe there's a reason why you're at where you're at, why we went through 10 years, 8 years, 7 years, 6 years of just bad, hard times, right? I was confident, I was egotistical driven, and I was humbled by the universe. Call it karma, call it spiritual guidance, call it whatever you want. But it changed my house, my location from a 4,000 square foot home to having to sell that and ensure that my kids, as a single parent, and I had a place to live, a roof over our head, and food to eat. Sometimes you get too big for your own britches. And the good Lord, universe, again, spiritual guides, have a way of making you see things differently, right? How to humble yourself. But it's okay, because you know what? The path, as difficult as it may be, is a path for a reason, right? And we will recover, and the universe will again be gracious to us and gift us those things that we need. One more card, please, for guides, for Aries. Whether it be inspiration, change, spirit guides, please allow us to see these cards. And I believe that the cards come out when they want to come out. I've done this many times. There it is. Wow. Call it intuitiveness, call it an empath, call it psychic. But the card of there's nothing to worry about. I told you there's nothing to worry about. What are the odds of me popping this card out at this point in time in this conversation? There's nothing to worry about. You are safe. And this situation is under the perfect control of the divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. Wow. Beautiful. All three of these cards, perfect timing, joy, there's nothing to worry about, comes not because I want to sell you pipe dreams, because trust me, if there was shit news, I'd give you a shit story to go with that shit news, right? I mean, you have to give it. But this is not about that. And over the last few days in hard meditation, long meditation, I've been feeling the same thing. Last night, at the end of the eclipse, I felt a strong sensation that life is about to change. Joyous creativity, rejuvenation of spiritual reality is about to change for us, not just for me. And when I talk about collective, I talk about everything that the Aries embodies, right? Strength, honor, faith, truthfulness, loyalty. Yeah, we fuck up. But you know what? Out of everybody else, we probably fuck up the least because of our need to be truly guided and to be that person that provides our own self-guidance, our self-regulation, right, when it comes to things. Are there areas that are cheaters and liars? Absolutely, right, just like any other sign. But I think the bulk and the majority of us really put forth that effort to be a special person. And not only our family's lives, our friends' lives, our own lives. But again, taking that beating for so long, it's bound to change. And I myself will be manifesting that for all Aries growth, spiritually, professionally, emotionally, family-wise. I'm going to pull a few quick cards here. I don't want to be long-winded about everything that I talked about and how things are going to change for us, because I want the cards to tell me that I really am embracing the power right now and getting chills right now through this reading. And trust me, at 111 degrees, chills is probably highly unlikely. Even with the air conditioner cranking at, what is that? I think I have it set at automatically at 85, but even at 85, out here in Arizona, your house is like a little oven, right? Like a slow bake oven. No matter how much you cool it down inside, right? The lower you get it, your air conditioner just keeps cranking, right? It doesn't get any cooler though. So anyways, the chills are because I think I spiritually connected with a large group of Arians out there, and male or female. And I don't even mention things like male or female or divine masculine, divine feminine, because you know what? All signs are again, if you think about it at the chromosome level, you're almost 50-50, right? One chromosome this way, one Y this way, one X this way. You could have been a male or female. So we all empower both those attributes, right? So love yourself by loving your opposite gender. All genders, right? I think the spirit, the universe made us all so closely defined at that DNA, that genetic level, that I guess the universe thought we'd all just get along. Right? Why can't we? Anyways, I've already pre-shuffled these, but let me just go ahead and give it a couple more shuffles. Universe, please, give me the real message. I want to know the message. Spirit guides, I ask you to bless these cards. I ask you to please provide universal energy and strength. And you can see right here, I don't know if you can see on my arms, but there's goosebumps all up and down my arms right now, all covering my whole body. Spiritual guide, I'm asking you, please give us true meaning and true love and true direction in our path. I don't want false hopes. I don't want me to pull out any cards or will any power in this. I ask you to deliver the divine message. Please show us what we have in our current situation. Spiritual guides, please show us what we have in our current situation. Sometimes when I'm shuffling, a lot of cards pull out, and I put them in the order in which I feel that the power is originating. So I know people want to give credit to the decks you use and the illustration and the arts, and I think that's all great and dandy. I'll provide that, start providing that in future videos. If that's helpful to anybody, please comment. If you're not interested in that, I'm a meat and potato kind of guy, right? I like to get into my energy, and I think sometimes the things that I talk about prior to even reading cards, Eight of Pentacles, before I start even reading cards, is the true energy of what I get through my meditational state and what I ask the universe to provide to me before I even, again, touch any cards. So I don't strictly use the cards for guidance. I do a lot of praying. Again, these cards wanted to pop out. So I'm giving the order. Crossing energy is the Ace of Rods over the Eight of Pentacles. The next card out that we have for our recent past is the Ace of Cups. In our past, we have Three of Cups. And I don't start my readings till after we actually, and how do you view, I say we because I'm in Aries too, but how do you view yourself in this situation, right? And we have the Five of Swords. I want to pull all the cards first and before I start talking about a story, because I hate when you go through and you start telling about a story and you have to midstream change what the story is, right? Because then it confuses you. Certainly as a reader, it would confuse me, right? Because then I have to backtrack on what I said. I don't like to do that. I mean, Aries, come on, Aries, you know that we don't do that. We don't like to have to say something and go, oh, oops, I'm sorry. In the near future, we have the Lover's card. What are our fears? Nine of Cups. How do people view us? The Chariot. What are our hopes? What are Aries' hopes, Spirit Guide? What are the hopes? What are the hopes? Please remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please leave comments on my readings. I am here not only for my own joy and pleasure for doing these types of readings, but I'm here hopefully to provide guidance. Again, I'm appreciative of everyone that comes to visit my page, no matter how small I am or how big you are in this big, wonderful world of tarot. I'm not going to take those cards. I'll take the one that flipped the opposite direction. Our hopes. I have the Eight of Swords. That's troublesome. It is and it isn't. It kind of explains why the funk we've been in for the last 10 years, 8 years. And our outcome, final outcome. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit God. Thank you, Marco. Anyways, what I have right now for our present, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my timer over there. What we have for the present, the caution energies, is the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Rods. So what I see here when I'm looking at this, right, and I'm not looking just at the card meaning as it's given by the books and how everybody else wants you to interpret this thing, but I look at this in several different ways, right? Not only the meaning of the cards, but I'm looking at this with a sense of spiritual connectivity to these cards as I shuffled them today, and each and every day is a different day for that. But I'm looking at a person who's polishing up his money, who's going, wow, look at the work that I'm doing, and a person that wants to be proud. I see you wanting to be proud. Maybe you're not, right? Maybe you feel down in the dumps because you don't have that job, you lost your job, you're not getting the recognition that you want, but you're happy with yourself. And I think that's what matters in this, right? And that's the energy I'm getting. No matter how bad the shit gets, how bad the shit stinks, guess what? I love who I am. And so should you love who you are. Be proud about the things that you're doing. This could be about money. This could be about family. This could be about relationships. Maybe you think you're doing all the right things. But again, don't let the ego get in the way of change and adjustment, right? Because no matter how right we think we are, there's a billion people out in this world who's going to think that we're different, that we need change. And so let's be open to that. But this Ace of Rods, wow. Ace of Rods. Actionable change. A new actionable change that needs to take place, is going to take place. There's a sense of newness taken. And remember at the beginning of my reading, I said the same thing, right? I felt this for days. The passion for that change. The universal change, and here we go again with the doggone goosebumps here. I wish I'd get this every day. If I could turn off my air conditioner, I wouldn't have to turn the doggone thing on. But this is a new beginning again, and romance, finance. It's actionable, right? It's something that's actionable. And maybe that action is you go out there and you create something. And when I say create something, maybe you're sitting on the couch, maybe you're watching TV, and you want a new job. So you go out there and you start rewriting that resume. You start putting out feelers. Maybe it's a new love. Maybe you start writing down your list of manifestational actions, right? What's going to happen? What's going to take place? And I just throw it on any piece of scrap paper out there. Near recent past and issues, Ace of Cups, right? We're looking for a new beginning. We are looking for a brand new beginning. And we haven't gotten that break yet. Where's our break? Where's Aries' chance to say, guess what? Where the fuck is that? What the fuck is happening to my shot, my chance? Everybody else seems to be doing so great. I had everything, and now I'm busted up. And I don't mean literally busted up. I mean, maybe we're not getting all the things that we think we should be having, or things we shouldn't be getting. But don't concern yourself with focus on the material world, right? Focus yourself perhaps on spiritual growth. Ace of Cups, focus on emotional. For the first time, let's love ourselves. Let's stop kicking our own asses. Guess what? I don't have to go on the street and go to a bar and get drunk and get into a fist fight. I'm kicking my own ass every damn day, right? Because we're tough on ourselves, because we want to be the best that we are to everyone that's around us and for ourselves. And I'm looking at the camera right now, and I'm seeing 111. Right now, 111. I've been seeing 111 every day, 6-7 times a day. Change is coming. I feel it for us. I'll pray for it for us. Past, 3 of Cups. Well, maybe there was celebration. Maybe we were living high in the hog, like I was saying earlier, celebrating. Maybe there's emotional dishonesty, right? This card doesn't always mean celebration. There's 3 people involved here, all female, but they're all gathered around. They're all looking as if whispering. Maybe there's some injury that took place in the past. Maybe there was a third party. And I hate that word. Hate it. Not because it doesn't happen, because I don't even like to bring that energy into a reading, right? I'd like to think of this right here. With this reading, right, we're talking about new beginnings. We're talking about looking at and loving ourselves. And maybe in this case, as I look at the Ace of Cups, as I look at the Ace of Rods, all these new beginnings, I look at the 8 of Pentacles here. This card certainly doesn't mean third party to me. If you're in the third party, I'm sorry, but that's not what this is about. This reading is not about that. This reading is about you celebrating or wanting to celebrate in your past, but you just haven't been given the opportunity to realize those things that you desire in life, those things that will make you happy, whether it's a complete family, whether it's a job that just blows your socks off every day to go to. This card from the past is about what we need, what we desire, and that's to celebrate life as it should be for us Aries. And that's an abundance of love and happiness and potential wealth, right? Everybody's not going to be wealthy. I'm not a millionaire. Made a lot of money, but I'm not a millionaire. You lose a lot of money. You make a lot of money, you lose a lot of money. And I don't gamble, so what does that tell you? You have kids, right? Life happens. You have financial, automobile issues, house issues, boiler, heater breaks in the garage, you gotta get fixed. Car breaks down. How we see ourselves in this scenario, 5 of Swords. What did I just say? What have I been saying all day, right? We keep kicking our ass. We're in a fight, a struggle, where guess what? Even if we win, we don't win. Because for us, it's a battle we fought, that we fight every day. And maybe that battle that we're fighting with ourselves, with the people at work, our jobs, and we've all faced betrayal, and don't need to pull out a 7 of Swords card to talk about betrayal, because it happens to us all the time. If the card didn't pop out, I'd say, guess what? There's betrayal happening right now. Somewhere in this world, somebody's doing something dirty to you. And guess what? Whether you know about it or not, the struggle is within ourselves, because who gives a shit what everybody else is saying or what everybody else is thinking about Aries, right? Well, except for the people you love, and you want to certainly impress them, and people at your boss, your job is going to give you a raise. But based on these cards here in this new beginning, we see ourselves fighting for all this stuff. I'm telling you, let go, release that, and the light's coming in and out as we phase in. So bear with me. We have a beautiful sky out here today. Blue, and the clouds are blowing over across the sun, and it happens to be on the day I'm doing this reading. And I think it's spiritually driven and guided for that reason, right? We're shining light on new possibilities. new possibilities. This struggle doesn't have to be our struggle anymore. It doesn't have to be. Guess what? In our near future, the Lover's card. We all want love. I don't care if it's with a man, a woman, a job, your kids. We all want love. And this doesn't mean, guess what? You're going to get a new lover tomorrow. There's a lot of great readers out there, but I hate when they say, Lover's card, guess what? You're going to find a new love. Nope. I'm not saying that. I'd be foolish to even begin to tell you that. This love can be all about you. Nurturing. Nurture yourself. Stop kicking your own asses. We got to stop kicking our asses. I see the divine looking down, an angel looking down at this guy who almost looks, could be a woman or a feminine man, being held by a very beautiful woman with long flowing hair, with flowers in her hair, and he just looks absolutely distraught. So lovers don't, you know what? If I was in love, I would look distraught. I wouldn't have to lay my head on my girlfriend's, on her chest. Although that could mean a mother's love, nurturing, right? We all come from the womb. We all want to go back. That's what I'll say. But this guy, he just really looks sad, right? But in the Lover's card, for me, this means self-love. This guy looks like he's been kicking his ass like the rest of us Aries has, right? He needs to be loved and nurtured. The spirit guide is telling us today that this is it. Whew, our biggest fear is Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups. Look at this heavy-set, jovial, pink-chinned and cheeked man sitting there going, wow, I got all the love I need. So guess what? Our fears are we're not going to find that. Our fears are we're not going to find that, right? But guess what? Our near future, we have the Lover's card, the Nine of Cups. Not only are we going to have that in our future, you got to stop worrying about that it's never going to come, because guess what? All that negative energy, you're not going to manifest your list. You're not going to manifest anything. You're going to drive it further away. So get out of your head. Get out of your mind spot with this. Love is coming. Whether it be for your self-love, whether it be love for a business, a job, a new venture, whether it be anything. There's new love out there. But don't, just because you're saying, oh, I want a girlfriend, I want a wife, I want a brand new job, and you get the opposite. You get, instead of a job, you get a girlfriend. Instead of a girlfriend, you get a job. Don't be dissatisfied, because once you do that, once you open up and say those words, man, you just open up a whole new can of karma that you may not be able to fix. Be grateful. Humble yourself, get down on your knees and pray to the universe, God, or whoever it may be, your angels, guardian angels, your spirit guides, and say, guess what? Thank you for that cup of, fill in the blank, cup of. How people view you. The Chariot. And you say, wow, how people view me as a fast-moving chariot? No. People view you as the Chariot. If you notice the yin and the yang down at the bottom, right? You could be kind and loving. You could be mean and spirited, and all for what's in the best interest, right? You could see this guy. He's got the halo of the stars here, the darkness of stars, and then on the night he's got a moon of light, and the whole foreground is lit up. And then you see the two heads, right, of the black and the white, right? That shows not only diversity in this situation, but shows that, guess what? You got to empower yourself, right? Take both those strengths, right? Take the hot temper, the actionable Aries drive and passion, and the loving kindness, feeling emotional, and blend those together, because guess what? That's going to be the best you've ever been. That's going to be the best you've ever been. And the faster you get to that point, I know the Chariot, the faster you get to that point where you could love yourself and for all the good things and the bad things about your personality, the better off you're going to be in life, and the better off people are going to see you, because that's how people see you. They want to see you that way. Our hopes, and this was perplexed me at the beginning of this reading, and that's why I say I never want to start a reading off where I start reading out the very first card that hits the ground. You know why? Because it doesn't spiritually connect. How do you connect with a card? The story is yet to be unfolded until you lay the cards out and look at the picture, read the story. The Eight of Swords, right? We look at this, our hopes is that we get out of this fucking head game space, right? Get the fuck out. Aries, get out of your fucking way. Our hopes is that we get out of our way before we just break ourselves down to what? They say that you have to hit the rock bottom before you get to the rocky tops. I'm telling you, the universe is telling you, get out of your head. Get out of your space. And I'll give you the fucking choice, the decisions that you need to make with the Two of Pentacles about the path to take. There's never one path, right? So, Eight of Swords, I'm not going to tell you, well, you trapped yourself and no one else is doing this to you. Everybody's doing it to you, including yourself, right? We trap ourselves in our own headspace because of the things we hear. You're not right for that job. You're not right for that that romance. You're not the one I pick. And I'm not saying that I've not been picked. All of us Aries are always picked, right? Walked into a venue yesterday, my son goes, "Daddy, why is everybody staring at you?" I don't know, son. Why are they? I don't. It was funny. That's a true story. Went to first day of school induction into his 7th grade. Along with his brother who's in 8th grade. And you know, you walk into that room and you just feel that strength, that power that you possess. And Aries, we do that. You could walk into a room and people feel that energy. Man, I don't give a shit if you look like McGrub the Bub. Right? You got the energy. Now the universe is telling you, don't let people fuck you up with words and your past of things being denied and saying, oh my God, maybe if I could just hide from this. Fuck that. Get up, get out. Get on the road. Get down the path that you need to be on and make that decision today. Make that decision today. Aries, love and light. I always love doing our reading. Again, I always refer to us as our and my personal tribe. Love and light. Stand strong and we'll stand together. Until next time, thank you.